So, oh, not very, that's out of tune, isn't it, that one? That one's all right. Do you like it? Before this floor pan goes in, I'm going to do a bit of sorting out this cross member, which is why I've peeled the front floor pan back. So there's a few little repairs to do. The main issue here, you've got a lot of dents in here. So to get that out, it's going to be easy to chase it down from above here with a hammer and dolly, rather than try and pull it with a rough spot or something like that. And then I can fold that back. And then that weld will be hidden underneath the seat runner mounts. That shouldn't be too bad. You can see it's a bit wonky. Let's get underneath and see what why I'm doing it. Yeah, you see? Got a nasty bit there, haven't we? To sort out. And that would be quite awkward to do from above. Well, sorry, to do from the outside. So they've got that to do. But you can see the floors are pretty good until we get to that front corner. But we know about that. So front floors, I think we should try and save. That's where our rear pan's going. And that's our other rear pan, which is looking good. And you see again, that floor pan's pretty good, isn't it? But again, front corner. But again, some damage on this cross member, which I'd like to sort out. A good sunny day. Nice for letting the paint dry. So, straightened all this area out in there. Thought this was worth a look. This is where the exhaust mounts go. So you can see you've got a big reinforced area on both. You know, this style exhaust. So they pop in there like that. See? That's what holds them on. So that's nicely straightened out. Got a nice bit of flare there from the sun. So, there, you see? So they pop in there like that. And over here you'll see I've let a piece in here as well. So I wasn't happy with that. It wasn't too bad, but it was a bit of bent and it was quite peppered here, you see. Quite pitted. And I thought it would just be easier to replace that than muck about with it. We had this damage here, which I did straighten. But you can see what had gone through there. And none of this was that good. Very thin. And it started to blow through. So that's that. These are those seatbelt mount things that are, well, not seatbelt mount, rather seat mounts that have been put in, which I've taken out the seat rails, which I'll show you later. So there we are. That panel's new in there. Now this tapers quite a bit. It's a lot narrower this end than that end, which is strange, but that's exactly how it was and how the other side is. So I did the same. I'll finish this in black, I think. And soon, we'll have our new floor pan in. It's a good fit. let's get it welded in. Dimple like that, so I made a bit of tooling up so we can do those. So that's actually a piston out of a FIAT Dino brake caliper, so that's appropriate for the job, isn't it? And they're just a bit of aluminium, so that will do that. So what we'll do is we want to get that in here. If I start it with the hammer and use that as a drift, I can see where it's going to go from the other side. So what the best way to do it is do this. That gives me a little dimple to work to. And then what I do, if I tape that on the back, so I can centre it, and sort of centre it where I want it that way. So if I use a little bit of tape on that, so that doesn't move, you see, that's the plan. And then what I do is I put it on the arbor. So if you follow me, we'll have a look in the arbor. So that's taped on there, so it shouldn't move. Should have it in the right place. And then we want to put that above it. So we've already got a dimple, that gives us something to work to, doesn't it? So just keep that central. Put that on there. Give that a tug. There we are, we've got a nice little dimple. That'll sort it out, won't it? So that's all in there now. As you can see, there's our new floor pan, which we made last week, which you'd have seen on the film. If you haven't seen it, you should watch that film. And then these are going to be our seat runners. They yet to need fitting, and then you can see I've replaced these sections here. So if you saw, we peeled this floor back, and then it went back down, and I plug welded it back onto the cross member, which I straightened out, and then done the dimples, nice little dimples, and I just let these bits in. Now these were a bit corroded because it's where these were on top of, so I thought really we should just replace them sections and be done with it, which I've done. So that's that, and I've also reinforced these seat runners at the same time, and then I welded up those holes because it had those weird mounts in them, didn't it? See these mounts? They were something that someone's put in that shouldn't be there. So we'll delete those ones on that side, in the, you know, as we go forwards. So that's that for now. But these have got to go in the right place, and that is what that's for, that jig. So you can see I've got a datum off the back here to there, so I can see how far back it goes, and I've got a datum off the side there, goes onto the sill edge, and then of course it all bolts on, and it's all going to go in the right place. So that will get transferred onto here, and then I'll sort it all out. Obviously I've got to flip it round, which is why there's another hole there, so I can flip it round and use that. But that will give me a nice jig to get these in the right place, and then you'll be sitting comfortably, won't you? Or rather your passenger will. And I've also done these tangs, these little wiring tangs. So, oh, not very, that's out of tune, isn't it, that one? That one's all right. Anyway, these will get replaced as well. I'll replace the lot. So that's it, really. So, quite pleased with that. Do you like it? Anyway. That's all you're getting for this week. I'll say good night.